Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. Look what I have in front of me. This is the tofu recipe to end all of the other tofu recipes. Well, I know some pretty good recipes with tofu, but this one so far topped it all. And this is a tofu escabeche. Amazing in a delicious olivey and spicy, not in hot, but spicy with lots of herbs and citrusy brine. You are going to love. Let me show you how I put it together. So first we're going to start by making a confit. Confit is to cook with oil in a very low temperature. In this case, we're going to start by adding shallots and a considerable amount of olive oil, okay? And we're going to simmer it in a very low flame. And then you add some whole mashed garlic cloves, peels and all, lemon and orange peels, some sliced ginger, bay leaves, a few allspice, some mixed peppercorns, coriander seeds, dried sage, and vegetables such as green onion, red pepper, yellow pepper, carrots, and tomatoes. Remember, very low heat. Now, some salt and pepper, smoked paprika, some more olive oil if needed. And now we're going to end with, we're going to add some acidity, because we have added a lot of flavors. We have been building a house of flavors, and each herb and spice is a brick of a new flavor. And to marry everything together, we're going to add a little bit of sweetness, which I'm going to show you how in the end, and a little bit of acidity. And for that, we're going to use a white wine, about 1 cup. Just remember, quantities is going to be listed down below and as well as on my website, okay? So don't worry about taking notes or anything like that. So 1 cup, approximately 1 cup of white wine, and half a cup of sherry wine vinegar. If you don't have sherry wine vinegar, a little less of a balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar. I wouldn't advise you guys to add white vinegar, but if you absolutely must, because that's all you have, add a little bit and keep testing, keep trying, okay? Because otherwise it can be too acidic, and you can't fight acidity in food. It's like salt. I mean, it's just like you gotta start all over again. And now you are going to cook everything, like I said, in a very low flame. I want to see bubbles, but very slight, very subtle bubbles. And until the vegetables are cooked, but not mushy. They are supposed to be firm, okay? And that's it. Now, when the vegetables are cooked, we're going to transfer everything into a clean and sterilized container, because this is going to be marinating. The more time it marinates, the better. You know that, right? So to avoid contamination, the jar you're using has to be clean and sterilized, okay? And now we're going to add a firm tofu, pressed. Please press the tofu. And if you think it's pressed enough, press it some more. We don't want unnecessary tofu water in the recipe. We haven't added water, you realize that? So the only water I want is the water coming from the vegetables. This water is welcome, okay? Apart from that, let's press the firm or extra firm tofu as much as we can. Medium tofu won't work because it will disintegrate, and for this recipe, it's no good. So now, remember I said that we were going to add a little bit of a sweetness? Special. We are going to add a little bit of a port wine. I know, right? If you don't have port wine, you can skip that and add a little bit of either agave or vegan honey, like a teaspoon, less than a teaspoon, okay? Or sugar or brown sugar, okay? okay? This is it. Don't worry about that. If you don't drink, you can skip the white wine also, and then just add extra olive oil. And if necessary, we are going to top everything with extra olive oil, because the vegetables are supposed to be fully, the vegetables and the tofu are supposed to be fully submerged in the olive oil, because the olive oil is going to act as a preservative, okay? Because the oil is going to lock everything under the surface, and it's going to preserve it. So do that.
I've sailed the 7 seas. I've shared the stage with all the best. A lot of good it did for me. I've walked the wall of China, walked till my feet were sore. Came home to Carolina and found my love next door. Well, what do you know? I didn't have to travel the world. The shore, got travel story Shakespearean. Still I found my love next door to me.
And this is it. So like I said, the longer it marinates, the better. Now, once it's reached room temperature, okay, you're going to add while it's hot, close it while it's hot, and once it reaches room temperature, fridge. Okay, fridge, and then you can keep it in the fridge for at least a week. I have made it before and it lasted 2 weeks. I mean, you can't see any fungus or anything, because that is an indicative that it's bad. It cannot taste rancid or bad, or smell either way, rancid or bad. So this way you're safe. Now, how do you enjoy it? However you want. So the recipe that I posted, that I made for you guys, is my favorite, but use your imagination. I bet you're gonna love it. This is very dear to me, and impressive, isn't it? Another fridge foraging recipe, because you can use anything you have in your fridge, literally, to make this. And instead of the tomatoes, I was supposed to add cherry tomatoes, but I didn't have one. So the chopped tomatoes it was, okay? So I hope you like it. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my website, and get the full recipe. And you're going to get a free book over there also, right? Free, totally free. And give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.